Greetings from Brno, everyone! So I hope everyone is gearing up towards a great September weekend ahead. I know September is one of my favorite months. My husband and I both celebrate our birthdays this month and our wedding anniversary. So lots of reasons to celebrate, of course, with some wine. So jumping into today's video, I chose two wines today that I'm actually going to be using in my upcoming wine class. My next wine class will be Discovering Moravian Wines here in Brno at Petit Cru at 6:30 on Thursday, September 26th. Because of this high demand for the class, I am really thrilled to announce that we have 10 more seats available. We've doubled the capacity for this tasting. So if you've not signed up yet, now's your chance. And I wanted to tease you all with two of the wines that I'm going to be showcasing at this tasting. So jumping into it, both of the wines today I will be using are from Znojmo. So Znojmo is one of the 4 subregions of South Moravia. It is also the oldest region in South Moravia, both for wine and its history. So Znojmo lies right next to Austria. It's about 80 kilometers from Vienna, so roughly half hour, 40-minute drive. From Brno, Znojmo is accessible by bus. That's typically the way I go. It is also accessible by train. It's about a 45-minute bus ride, 50-minute bus ride. But I was really excited to visit Znojmo for a few reasons. After reading about it, I did realize that some of the Roman buildings there date back to the 9th and 10th centuries, with one of, in particular, the Rotunda of St. Catherine, dating back to the 11th century with some of the oldest frescoes in the Czech Republic. So a really unique region of the world that is overlooked in many tourist guides. I think most people, when they think of the Czech Republic, they think of Prague. I definitely fell into that category before moving to Brno. But for all of you people looking to find a new wine region off the beaten path, contact me. We will go to Znojmo and discover some of these great wines of the region. Znojmo is an interesting region for a few particular facets. The VOC Znojmo, Vini Originalny Certificace, you can see it on one of the wine labels here. The VOC basically works the same as the AOC, where there are certain designated grapes that can be permitted as a VOC, and only certain winemakers are permitted into the VOC. They are of a certain quality level, and they use certain techniques in their winemaking that allow them to participate in the VOC. So the VOC Znojmo is the oldest VOC in South Moravia, dating back to the early 2000s. And what I love about these two winemakers, Špalek and Travniček Kořínek, I'll hold up this bottle here real quick for y'all. So both of these winemakers do participate in the VOC Znojmo. The only 3 grapes permitted in the VOC Znojmo are Sauvignon Blanc, Riesling, and Grüner Veltliner, or as it's known in the Czech Republic as Veltlinské Zelené. So in addition to Znojmo being super historic and just really beautiful, I've written about it in my latest blog post about Znojmo, they are also opening the largest enomatic tasting room in the Czech Republic. Vinotrh is an e-shop in the Czech Republic in South Moravia who focuses mainly with wines from Znojmo. And so this venture, which is opening today, is the largest, again, the largest enomatic tasting room in the Czech Republic, featuring over 100 wines of the region. So a definite must-see on any Brno list of vacation day trips. Please go visit their tasting room. I am really super excited to see the finished product. I did see it under construction, so excited to see it all done. Jumping into the wines today, I am definitely starting off here with Špalek. So the Špalek winery has been around since 1997. Interesting backstory to this family though. So the Špalek family owned vines in the Znojmo region for years before communism. During the communist rule, they were allowed 0.1 hectare of vines, which is really essentially nothing. They had started off with 12 hectares and then were then allocated 0.1. So until the early 90s, the Špalek family was not really making wine. They were making other things, farming other products, but wine was not of the primary importance. However, Marek Špalek, the son of František Špalek, he, along with his brother, convinced his father, František, to get those vines back. So today, they are the proud owners of 12 hectares of vines. They produce over 80,000 bottles a year. They are also the only biodynamic producer in Znojmo. Their wines throughout the entire lineup are really delicious. I think their wines focus more on the terroir aspect. These wines are definitely indicative of the region that they come from, a hugely mineral component in their wines throughout the entire lineup of their wines, and a winery that takes their winemaking seriously. These are not wines to be sipped on a summer afternoon. These are food pairing wines. These are wines to pair with your dinners, with your meals, and age-worthy as well. So jumping into their Sauvignon Blanc, again, this is one of the grapes that is permitted in the VOC Znojmo. You can see it has a medium to pale lemon color. The wine is clear. It is a dry wine. It has about 4.6 grams of residual sugar in the wine, so still considered a dry wine. But what I love about Špalek's wine, again, is that minerality. It is a chalkiness. It is a wet stone minerality. It is very unique to this particular wine region. And the wines remind me more of Sauvignon Blancs from Bordeaux or the Loire Valley, more so than a Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand or California. And this is a wine that does not really show a grassy note. There's more of a yellow grapefruit, a slight citrus, but a very pronounced minerality and a very aromatic bouquet. Lovely acidity on the palate. The acid kind of falls a little bit more towards the front, not so much on the side. Really makes you pucker. This is a 2016. Again, I'll hold up the bottle one more time. So again, VOC Znojmo, 2016 Sauvignon Blanc. The VOC label is here. It is also on the top here and on the bottom ticket as well there. So again, Špalek's winery is a winery that takes their wines very seriously. Again, these are food wines. These are wines to be paired alongside shellfish or poultry or a light cheese. Of course, you can drink them on their own, but they can definitely hold up to some delicious food. There's a slight tea component as well, a loose tea leaf. Kind of an Earl Grey tea on the nose. But again, loads of minerality on that palate. Jumping into the Grüner Veltliner, Veltlinské Zelené, as it's known here. Zelené meaning green, Veltlinské, Veltliner. So 2015, and instead of saying VOC, they go full on with their wine label, Vino Originalny Certificace Znojmo. This wine is a suke, meaning dry. It sits at about 0.6 grams of residual sugar and a 12% alcohol level, right where it should be with Grüner Veltliner. Grüner Veltliner is a grape indigenous to Austria, but has grown in the Czech Republic since Roman times, since the 14th century. So this is a wine that knows its place here in the Czech Republic. So the color on this wine is a slightly darker yellow, definitely has a little bit more of a golden yellow tone to it, kind of a honey color to it. When I hold the two up, it might seem a little bit more indicative of the color. So this is the Veltlinské Zelené. I'll shake it here so you know. This is, again, a slightly deeper color as opposed to the Sauvignon Blanc, which is a slightly paler yellow. But the nose on this wine is insane. It smells like white pepper and savory sausages. and kind of a honey beeswax note to it too, a white flower, a little bit of a stone fruit. Wow, very savory, very peppery. The acid is not as high as I believe it would have been maybe 2 years ago. This is a 2015. I'm a sucker for old wine, so I was really excited to see the 2015 bottle. The one I will be pouring will be a younger vintage, but excited to pour this wine in any case. So I will hold up the bottle once again. The winemaker is Trávníček Kořínek. So since 2016, they have been known as this winery, Travniček Kořínek. Kořínek was the original founder. Travniček bought in, so they are co-investors. Mr. Kořínek is the enologist, and Mr. Travniček is the CEO. So this is a winery that is trying out new things. They're using Georgian amphoras now in their wines. I believe that this wine did not see a Georgian amphora maturation period. This is a 2015. They started that process in 2016. So this was a traditionally made, used oak barrel maturation for this Grüner Veltliner. But a very aromatic nose, very pronounced bouquet. And again, that savoriness just would lend itself very well to Viennese schnitzel, sausages, bratwurst, Weisswurst, all of the wursts. You've got Grüner, you need wurst with it. But although it is a 15, there is still some acidity to it, about a medium finish. But again, I can imagine 1 year ago, this wine being a little bit more of a pop of acid. But again, sucker for old bottle-aged wine, sucker for older Grüner Veltliner as well. So I will hold up these two bottles again. And so if you have not signed up for my wine class at Petit Cru, I highly recommend coming. Again, these are just two of the wines we'll be showcasing at this upcoming wine tasting, and very excited to be showcasing wines from Znojmo, this unknown wine region here in South Moravia. So that being said, enjoy your weekend, enjoy your Grüner Veltliner, your Sauvignon Blanc, try something new this weekend, and hope to see you on Thursday at Petit Cru. Cheers to the weekend, cheers to watching. Thanks.